Greetings and welcome to your biological sciences course. This is Professor Fevers, and the purpose of this navigational video is to help you see where everything is and talk to you uh, a little bit more about how this course actually works. So this is your home page, which it will be actually posted when you will see it when you log in for the first 2-3 weeks. Then I will change the home page to modules so that you go straight to the modules, which is where all your work is. But for right now, um, when you logging into this course, this is what you're supposed to be seeing. The first thing, like it says in there, I advise you to do is go and check out your syllabus. Actually, it's a requirement that you do that and that you email me and let me know that you did the syllabus. But right now, by now, after you check the syllabus, you go back to the home page. Go ahead and take a look of the welcome video. I talked to you a little bit more about myself in there. And the video that you're seeing right now, of course, is this navigational video that is down here, which I am preparing for you. But let's go over the syllabus real quick. I mean, I want you to check it out on your own, but I'm just going to go ahead and go over it real quick. Let's click on it. There's some important things that I need to make sure that you understand. And it just has the course description, outcomes, etc. But let's go over the material that is required for this course. You have to purchase two access codes. And let me say that again. This course requires two different access codes. And so one is for the electronic version of the book. The book is What is Life? A Guide to Biology. Now, let me actually retract here a little bit. Some of you rather have the hard copy of the book. If that is you, then you don't need to purchase the access code for the e-book, or it will say Achieve a Launchpad. So I do not assign anything on the Launchpad for the book. All of my assessments and activities are actually within the Canvas course. So if you want to purchase the hard copy of the book instead of the access code, you can do that for my course. So that I want to make sure I'm clear about that. If you have questions about what I just explained, please shoot me an email and I will actually explain it. But just to summarize, you have the choice to have the access code for the electronic version of the book for What is Life. It's the 5th edition, or you can purchase the hard copy. If you get the access code for the electronic version, I know there's more stuff in there that you can actually use for practice, but with respect to my course, I will only require you to use the book. You need the book. Now, the other one that is a must, regardless, is the access code for the lab. This is a combined uh, course which requires for you to complete lab activities. And so this is a required access code, and it will give you access to the labs. It's like if you were paying a lab fee. If you were to go to the face-to-face courses, you would pay a lab fee. But for here, you just actually buying the access code to gain access to the virtual labs. So those two are required materials. Really quick, no show attendance policy by next week, Tuesday, which I believe is October the 4th. Make sure you shoot me an email letting me know that you reviewed the syllabus and that you understood the procedures. Uh, Exams, there are 4 exams uh, and 7 quizzes. This course requires a final essay as a instead of a final exam, you guys do a final essay, and there are a total of 14 labs. Uh, and these grades that you will get for the labs, they are actually It's 20 points each lab, and you will get a grade for completing the actual virtual lab and completing the quiz that goes for the lab. You do the lab first and then you do the quiz. This is the breakdown of your grade. One thing I forgot to mention in here, and I said it somewhere in here, I'll let you guys read it, but for this course, you must complete um, at least 12 labs out of the 14 labs in order to get a credit, because once again, it's a combined course with labs. And so I think the benefit is, instead of going to campus Valencia, the campus, and taking the labs in person, you take them virtual, which in my opinion, virtual labs will always work and you always get the results that you are intended to get. When you go and do labs face to face, things may work, may not work. But the important thing is that you learn why we're doing things here. I hope no one has to use this. The deadline for withdrawal is November 11. But this course, the way I take pride in letting you know that I have organized this course so that it is actually easy for you to complete. The one thing that I will tell you is that because this course is on a shorter term, it's a little bit intense. So, but as long as you stay on top of things, it should be easy to complete. It's gonna be a lot of work because instead of having 1 week to do one module, you have half of a week to do the module. So you are taking the course in a shorter amount period of time instead of the usual amount of time for the whole semester. The schedule of where everything or how everything is going to be released to you toward the course is in here. You see this week, September 26th, which is when the course officially begins, which is tomorrow. Actually, I'm doing this on a Sunday, so but it is Monday, September 25th to October 1st. You have this to complete once let me actually take this time to tell you my weeks run from Sunday to Saturday. So for this course you will always have work for at least for the first 4 weeks. You will have work due on Wednesdays, which is the middle of the week, and Saturdays. And then the module, you will get a new module on Monday, and then the work for that module that opens on actually Sunday, my bad. So you will get a new module on Sunday, and the work for that module that opens on Sunday is due on Wednesdays. Now, on that same Wednesday, the other module opens, and the work for that module that opens on Wednesday is due on Saturday. Remember, we have less time to complete things, so that is the intensity that I talked to you about. So that is for the first 4 weeks. After that, then you get the whole week to complete work for one module. So it eases up as we get closer to the end. But you have it here, September 26th to October 1st. What you are going to be completing, make sure you shoot me that email. There is also a discussion forum with introductions. You're going to introduce yourself to your classmates so you know who they are and you can help each other in completing work. But it also gives you some work. You need to start reading chapter 1 from the book. And this is very important. When we go to the lab, make sure you register for the lab. And so the first virtual lab is it's a lab. It's Introduction to Lab Simulations, which it just actually takes you through how to work on these labs. So you're not gonna go blindsided, not knowing what to do or not to do, but you will actually be giving instructions on how to complete these labs. And then on October 3rd, which is Sunday next week, you will start with quiz number 1. It'll be due on Wednesday. This is the reading that you need to actually look at when doing that quiz, and this is the lab that is actually scheduled for that module. And then on the Wednesday, exam number 1 opens, and these are the sections that will be actually you need to look at in order go over the material that will be on the exams, and then that's the lab. Talking about exams and quizzes, they're a little bit different. Let me tell you real quick. Quizzes for this course, you can open them. You can actually, you want to print them, and if you have that ability to print them, you can print them. Otherwise, just open them and leave them open. Time is not a problem with quizzes. But what it does is that it allows you to go to the book, and they're open book, open note quizzes, and do make sure to submit all answers prior to the due date and time, which is towards the end of the day, 11:59 on Wednesday, 11:59 on Saturdays. And that is not a problem for quizzes. Now, exams are a little bit different. Exams, you need to study, like if you were studying for a face-to-face assessment. You can take the exam any day within the available period. Like for example, this exam number 1, it opens on October 5th, and it closes on October 8th. So that Wednesday to Saturday. So you can take the exam any day during that available period. But here is the thing. Once you click open that exam, it gives you 90 minutes to complete it. So my suggestion to you is make sure that you study, like if you were studying for an exam that you take face to face, with the advantage that if you forget one or two things, you will have time to really quick go to your notes and check it out before you answer. However, you will not, let me say that again, you will not be able to look for the answers to the 50 questions posted on the test. You must study and you must review before in order to be successful on those. And then you will have the discussion forums. You don't have those every week, but these are actually set so that they actually elicit interesting discussions about what you're learning. Biology, I love teaching it because it's something that you get to use for the rest of your life. You get to educate yourself on your own self-being. You are a living organism, so you get to know more about yourself, and you get to know about other forms of life. So once you review the quiz, go to modules. This is where your work is. Let me tell you real quick, I'm running out of time here. I try to do this in less than 15 minutes because after 15 minutes, you guys get bored of listening to me. But you see the first module. So always access your work through the modules. I know you can go to here, Macmillan Learning, and you can access things like the labs through there. But I advise you to go ahead and access your work through these links. You see, these are actually not released at this point, but if you go to modules, you make sure that you complete everything. So in here, you have the link for the ebook registration if you are getting the access code for the electronic version of the book. If you are not getting that access code, you don't need to worry about this. Everyone should do this one. This is the registration for the virtual labs once you have the access code. Although I will tell you that both of them have a trial registration period. I think it's about 1 or 2 weeks. So if you don't have your access codes at this time, you should always go and use that trial period so that you won't fall behind, especially with this course, which is a shorter version. And then this link, Introduction to the Virtual Labs, it tells you how these virtual labs are going to work. And then it tells you a little bit about the experiments, how they are organized. Procedures has a link. I don't want to click it in here because then going back is going to be a little bit. But when you click these procedures, it has a link that will take you to the actual lab. And then this data collection and summary worksheet, you can use it. You don't have to use it if you don't want to, but it helps you. It's a PDF document. You have to have PDF in your computer. It helps you with collecting and writing the data, and then you take the quiz at the end. And so your points for the labs are going to be between the procedure and the quiz. And that's it. You actually do your, for every week, you do your assessment. You do your, if you have a discussion that week, that module, you do it, and then you do the lab and you do the lab quiz. Thank you. We'll see you.